Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of my fibroid surgery series. In part 1, I shared my surgery preparation and hospital bag essentials. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my admission day, surgery day, and the beginning of my recovery journey. When I got to the hospital the next day, I was asked to go buy blood from a particular lab. So my day started with getting settled in, running a few final tests and making sure everything was ready for the procedure. To be very honest, there wasn't much happening physically, but mentally, you guys, a lot was going on. I was so anxious, nervous, scared of the unknown and constantly thinking about the fact that I would be having a major surgery the next day. I put my thinking on a pause when my friend and my 2 aunties came around. My friend got me some fruits and I so much appreciated it because as someone going in for a major surgery the next day, I'm not allowed and it's not even advisable to eat anything heavy. So these apples and the watermelon was a good bet for me. At this point, I was trying my best to stay calm, but deep down, I was nervous. Having someone there to talk to made the room feel less lonely and helped take my mind off everything that was about to happen. We talked about so many things. We talked about life, recovery, my fears, and even random conversations that had nothing to do with surgery. For a few hours, I almost forgot why I was in the hospital in the first place. As night came and my friend eventually left, and later same night, I was given this light okra soup to lick. The nurses made me understand once it's 10 p.m, I'm not allowed to eat or drink anymore. As the night went on, the anxiety started creeping in back. I prayed, reflected. I also tried to stay positive and reminded myself why I was doing this. The next morning, I woke up very early. I had already decided that no matter how scared I felt, I was going to face it eventually today. I got ready, arranged all my hospital requirements, and waited to be called into the theater. What I didn't know was that I'll be waiting much longer than I expected. I'm not gonna lie, those hours of waiting felt like forever. While I was waiting, my 2 aunts were really cracking me up. I mean, their support and love meant so much to me because honestly, I was terrified. After about 8 hours of waiting, it was finally my turn, and this was me heading straight to the dressing room. So here in the dressing room, the doctors and the nurses were just trying to get me ready. I already removed all my jewelries and everything I was putting on. And here, this was me ready, and I was going into the theater where the miracle was gonna happen. And at this point, the door of heaven was closed. The surgery lasted about 3 hours, and while I was in the theater, my loved ones waited for me anxiously outside. Coming out of the theater and seeing the relief and joy on everyone's face reminded me just how loved I am. They later told me that nobody could really relax or even eat anything until they knew I was okay. And thankfully, by God's grace, the surgery was successful. I wasn't so sure of what was happening around me. All I knew was I was seeing happy faces and I was just tearing up and literally hearing what people had to say. I kept hearing congratulations. You know, as a crybaby I am, I was just being emotional, and that's all. And while I was being emotional, I was also thankful to God because this journey is not an easy one. This journey has really stressed me mentally and all ways you can think of. But I was so happy and glad that it was finally over. The next day, I was already being transferred to my room where I was admitted, After the surgery the previous day, I was kept in the recovery room for some hours just for them to check out and know everything is in place. So after finding out I was okay, I was being transferred to my room. The nurses monitored me closely, they checked my vitals regularly and managed my pain so well. You guys, the pain is actually bearable. I can tell you that for free. Recovery wasn't completely comfortable, but it was much better than I had ever imagined. And these nurses were so nice and they were actually being so soft and careful with me. After some time, my family came around again, and this time I was able to see each and every one of them with my eyes wide open, because when I saw them after I was brought out from the theater the previous day, I wasn't sure of the people I was seeing. But here I was smiling, all happy, and I'm super grateful to God for the kind of family He gave me. I was so happy and I was just excited. One of my biggest milestones was taking my first few steps after surgery. It wasn't easy, I'm telling you, it wasn't easy. I had some pains here and there, but I knew moving around would help my recovery. And having my lovely friend around, she was, encouraging me to do it. I can do it, I'm strong. And those words really kept me going. Not so long after I took those few steps, I was able to pass gas. The importance of passing gas after having a major surgery cannot be overemphasized, because that is how the doctors and the nurses will be sure your system is back and working just fine. So after I passed my first gas, I was so excited. Likewise, people around me. The first thing I ate was to drink pap, and then later that day, I was able to eat my jollof rice. This was post-surgery day 3. On this day, I was so strong inside of me, so energetic. At this point, I was already waiting for my food to come. I had appetite to eat. I mean, like, my system was bouncing back really fast, and I bless God for that. So here, I was just trying to see a movie on my laptop and waiting for my friend to come around, because my friend was coming to the hospital every single day. Every single day. God bless her so much. So at this point, my cannula was being removed, and yeah, I sustained a little injury. So I didn't really get record of my day 4. And here is day 5, the day I was finally discharged. And I was so happy and so excited that I walked into this hospital with my legs, and I was about leaving the hospital with my 2 legs as well. Nothing was missing, nothing was broken. And this is an Elroy baby saying thank you to God, dancing, because it's not easy to go through the journey I went through. This was all the fibroids that was being removed from my system. Honestly, as slim and skinny I was looking, I didn't know I had all of this inside of me. I was shocked when I saw it. Everyone around me were all shocked. I know I had fibroids, but I didn't really know it was this much. Thank you for following me through this journey, and I'll see you in the next one.